Ever wondered if gaming could turn you into a time traveler? Well, buckle up as we dive into the evolution of PlayStation consoles, turning back the clock to 1994. Today, we're embarking on a historical tour starting with the original PlayStation and sprinting through to the futuristic PlayStation 5. Each console marks a unique era, not just in gaming technology, but in how they've shaped our digital lifestyles. So, without further ado, let's power up our time machine and start our journey with the classic PlayStation 1. Rewind to December 1994, when flannel shirts were the rage, and a revolutionary console hit the shelves. Enter the original PlayStation, or PS1, a sleek gray box that dared to differ. While the gaming world was engrossed in cartridges, PlayStation introduced a groundbreaking CD-ROM format. This wasn't just about more storage. It was a promise of richer graphics, more complex gameplay, and an audio experience that echoed through the living rooms of the 90s. The PS1 became a playground for some of the most iconic games in history. Take Final Fantasy VII, a title that not only smashed sales records but reshaped the role-playing genre, with its epic storytelling and breathtaking visuals. Then there was Metal Gear Solid, a game that turned sneaking around in a cardboard box into a cultural phenomenon. It was these titles and many others that turned the PlayStation into more than just a console. It was a narrative canvas that painted stories which players lived and breathed. The impact of the PlayStation on gaming culture was seismic. It carved out a space where games could be as respected and artistically significant as films and literature, setting a new benchmark for what games could be. This was a machine that didn't just play games, it expanded the horizons of what gaming could represent. With over 100 million units sold, the PS1 wasn't just a console, it was a cultural icon, setting the stage for its epic sequel. March 2000 marked the next level with the PlayStation 2, the console that even your grandma knew about. When it hit the scene, it didn't just play games. It played DVDs too, making it a beloved addition in living rooms worldwide. The PS2 was not just a gaming console, it was the heart of home entertainment. Now let's talk numbers. The PlayStation 2 is heralded as the best-selling console of all time. Imagine this, over 155 million units found their homes across the globe. That's right, from Tokyo to Timbuktu, the PS2 was the king of the console jungle. What made the PS2 such a standout star? Well, for starters, it boasted backward compatibility. This meant it could play almost every game from its predecessor, the original PlayStation. This feature was like having a time machine in your living room, allowing gamers to dive back into their beloved classics without dusting off the old hardware. But the real game changer was the introduction of the DVD format. The PS2 wasn't just for gaming, it doubled as a DVD player. This was a big deal at the time when DVD players themselves were a pricey luxury. Families could now justify a PS2 in the living room for both gaming and movie nights. Talk about a win-win. And let's not forget the games that defined a generation. Titles like GTA San Andreas and Shadow of the Colossus weren't just games. They were sprawling, epic adventures that pushed the boundaries of storytelling and gameplay. These games weren't just played, they were experienced, talked about, and revered. The broader media capabilities of the PS2 also transformed it into more than just a console. It became a complete entertainment hub. Whether you were gaming, watching a blockbuster, or playing CDs, the PS2 handled it all with aplomb. Dominating the market with over 155 million units sold, the PS2 was truly a titan in the gaming world. But the game was about to change. November 2006, and high definition became the new battleground with the launch of PlayStation 3. The gaming world was poised at the edge of a technological revolution, and Sony wasn't just stepping into the future, they were leaping. This third iteration brought with it the cutting-edge Blu-ray technology, a bold move that not only offered gamers unprecedented levels of graphical fidelity but also promised a new era for multimedia entertainment. Imagine this. The capacity of a Blu-ray disc is 5 times that of traditional DVDs, allowing games to be bigger, better, and more immersive than ever before. But the PlayStation 3 was more than just a pretty face. Under the hood, it boasted a powerful cell processor, a joint development between Sony, Toshiba, and IBM. This wasn't just any chip, it was a supercomputer-grade processor in a home console. The result? Faster load times, smoother gameplay, and the ability to handle complex simulations with grace. However, every hero has its Achilles heel, and for the PS3, it was the price. Launching with a price tag that made wallets weep, the initial cost was a hard pill to swallow. Yet as the old saying goes, you get what you pay for, and PS3 was packed with value. Amidst these hardware innovations, the PlayStation Network sprang to life, offering a platform for digital downloads, multiplayer gaming, and an online community that has since become a staple in the gaming world. This was a game changer, pun intended, setting the stage for a connected gaming experience that is now standard. And who could forget the games? Titles like The Last of Us broke new ground in storytelling, weaving narratives that tugged at the heartstrings while offering nail-biting action. These games didn't just define a console, they defined a generation. Despite a rocky start, PS3 carved out its legacy, paving the way for a sleeker, faster successor. Indeed, the PlayStation 3 was more than a console. It was a bold stride into the future of gaming, setting the stage for everything that followed. Fast forward to November 2013, when PlayStation 4 took the gaming community by storm. As the successor to the PlayStation 3, the PS4 was not just a leap forward, it was a giant jump into the future of gaming, emphasizing not just power but also player connectivity and social interaction. The PlayStation 4 redefined what it meant to be socially connected in the gaming world. With features like the share button on its newly designed DualShock 4 controller, players could instantly capture their greatest gaming moments and share them with friends and followers across social media platforms. This wasn't just about showing off your high scores. It was about sharing experiences, tips, and even live streaming gameplay with a community that stretches across the globe. Speaking of stretching, the PS4 stretched the boundaries of graphic fidelity and user interface slickness. Games were not only more visually stunning but also more immersive. The integration of the PlayStation Network was smoother, making digital downloads and online play more seamless than ever before. The user interface was intuitively redesigned, ensuring that your favorite games and apps were never more than a few clicks away. And let's talk games. The PlayStation 4 was home to groundbreaking exclusives like Bloodborne, a dark, gothic adventure that tested the mettle of even the most seasoned gamers. Then there was Horizon Zero Dawn, with its rich narrative and breathtaking open world, which became a benchmark for graphical beauty and storytelling in games. But perhaps the most revolutionary leap came with the introduction of PlayStation VR. This wasn't just playing a game, this was stepping inside the game. From eerie haunted houses to cockpit views of interstellar spacecraft, PSVR expanded the dimensions of gaming, offering experiences that were previously the stuff of science fiction. Selling over 116 million units, PS4 kept gamers around the world hooked, but the best was yet to come. Enter November 2020. Amid a global pandemic, the PlayStation 5 arrived, promising to redefine gaming once again. As the world grappled with unprecedented challenges, Sony unveiled its next-generation console, a beacon of futuristic gaming in a time of uncertainty. The PlayStation 5 is not just a leap, but a quantum jump in the gaming universe. At the heart of this powerhouse is its ultra-high-speed solid-state drive. Imagine a world where game load times are nearly extinct, where you can blink and find yourself immersed in expansive, intricate worlds without a stutter. This SSD isn't just fast, it's the cheetah of the gaming savannah. And speaking of visuals, the PS5 brings games to life with breathtaking clarity thanks to ray tracing technology. This isn't just an improvement, it's like stepping out of a foggy day and into high-definition reality. Every reflection, shadow, and beam of light is rendered with precise realism, making each gaming session an eye-popping experience. But the innovation doesn't stop at visuals and speed. Enter the DualSense controller, an extension of your gaming spirit. With haptic feedback and adaptive triggers, every action from pulling an arrow on a bowstring to trudging through rocky terrain feels tangible. It's like holding the game world in your palms. Building on the PlayStation legacy, the PS5 not only dazzles with new titles but also honors the past with backward compatibility, ensuring that favorite games from previous consoles aren't left behind. With its state-of-the-art features, PS5 continues to blaze the trail for what's possible in gaming. As we've seen today, the PlayStation saga is far from hitting the game over screen. From the groundbreaking PlayStation 1, which introduced us to a new realm of gaming possibilities, to the PlayStation 5, which continues to redefine what games can be, each console has pushed the boundaries further. This journey through time shows a lineage of innovation and evolution, with each console building on the legacy of its predecessors. If you enjoyed this blast through PlayStation's pixelated past, smash that like button as if it's the final boss, and hit subscribe for more epic quests. Remember, in the world of gaming, there's always another level to conquer.